But where'd they play?
They played at home. Is it against Bradley? Is that who they played against? Let me see if I can get a Farragut score.
Well, we don't have a Farragut score. We'll work on one if they play it. I don't have them. I swear I don't have them on my sheet. I don't think they're on this sheet here. Just listen to us. We'll see if we can get it, okay?
Yeah, Bradley Central at Farragut.
All right, thank you. Well, I do see it right there. Bradley Central at Farragut. So I do see it, yes. Yeah, I got you now. Bradley Central at Farragut tonight. Maybe they're in a weather delay, too. We don't know. We'll find out. We'll try to get you
17-14 Farragut over Bradley Central right now, start of the fourth.
Start of the fourth. What is it?
Oh, well, that's funny. 21-19 Bradley Central over Farragut right now with 11 minutes remaining.
21-19 Bradley Central over Farragut right now with some time in the fourth.
Yep.
Still ticking. Hey, let's jump out. Let's jump out and take another break, and we'll be right back here on the Friday night scoreboard.
Evans Mortuary has been serving the needs of families in and around Roane County since 1976. As established members of our hometown community, we understand the security of dealing with people you know you can trust. We build our reputation on this trust. The Evans family appreciates the confidence the community has expressed in us over the years and will constantly strive to earn that favor. Evans Mortuary, 805 North Gateway.
Make this spring all about enjoying the experience. When you ride on your new Ferris commercial mower featuring patented suspension technology, you'll have more than freshly manicured grass. You'll experience productivity and comfort like never before. And because you won't be slowing down for those rough spots, you'll mow more lawn in less time. Ferris, experience suspension.
Your local Ferris dealer is S.L. Bowman & Sons, 524 North Front Street in Rockwood. Call 865-354-0600.
I gotta go shower.
It's laundry night.
Dishwasher needs to run.
And the Hot Water Wars. A Rinnai tankless water heater gives you an endless supply of hot water for everything you need to do. Rinnai, hot water for all.
Here is Helen Hammond.
Thank you, Mr. Walker.
A lot of years have passed since that TV ad. Hammer stores are still offering up-to-the-minute fashions for men and women, famous label outdoor wear and boots, area rugs, and exciting purchases. All at Hammer's famous low price.
Race on down!
Back to the five-star Prep Friday Night Scoreboard. Glad to be with you. 483-8112. Give us a call tonight. We'd be more glad to talk to you. I said we'd talk just a tad bit of college football here in just a minute. Kosh, what did you think about the SEC when they said 10 games, all SEC?
It's pretty impressive that they're willing to do, I guess right now, whatever they do to get 10 football games in and get the kids, you know, not to miss a football season. I mean, can you imagine the SEC schools that did not get to finish March Madness last year and the kids that didn't get to play any kind of baseball? I mean, those kids put in a ton of time and a ton of work, and to think that they would lose a football season, I think the SEC's trying to do everything that they can. I don't think they have any agendas.
Do you think because they postponed it to as far out as they have, that there's still a possibility that it won't happen?
I think there's a possibility that it won't happen, but I think they will go. I think if you look at what the NFL's doing, I think you've got some teams that are allowing fans and some that are not. Like I read the Titans are not allowing fans. But I want to say the Chiefs maybe are going to allow.
Cowboys are.
Cowboys.
Somebody said South Carolina wasn't going to have fans neither.
Okay, and see, I mean, I think.
I don't know if that's true or not. That's just what I've heard.
Yeah, but I think people are going to watch football on TV on Saturday and Sunday. And I think if college football don't play any games at all, the NFL's going to take over Saturdays. They'll play Saturday and Sunday, and they'll have the whole block of games.
Yeah, but don't you think, let's just say they've done that this year. College comes back next year, they take it right back. I mean,
oh yeah,
take it right. I mean, the NFL's already dipping in on college anyway, just a little bit by playing Thursday night games and some other things. So it's already there anyway. So, and college is trying to play some Friday night games, dipping in on high school stuff. So there's already that dipping going on, both of them really, just to be honest with you. So, I don't know. But I've just heard some comments. Philip Former made a comment the other day with the governor that if we have the season, I think that if is bigger than what everybody's thinking it is. I think everybody thinks it's a real small if, but I think it's a really big if. I think that's why September, the 26th, I believe, the start date.
Yeah.
I think that 26th date's still a fairly good ways off, and I think it'll be interesting. I won't be shocked if. Let me ask you this: SEC pulls, does ACC and Big 12 go too, or the two of them chug? If one pulls, do the other two chug on?
I think if the SEC pulls, the other two.
That's a crazy man right there. He's a Florida fan. That's the team that's not going to do very well this year, neither. Florida. They'll be lucky to win a game.
December 5th, I will take
put
the
it
calls.
on the schedule, December 5th.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. There you go. Put it on the schedule, buddy. Put it on the schedule, December 5th.
So.
Yeah, he's already running it. He's out there running it.
He's got his gator chomp going on from outside.
He got the gator chomp going on from outside. But I just think I just wonder if one of those three drop, do the other two automatically drop?
I think if the SEC drops. I think the ACC and the SEC would team together and play a full schedule if for some reason the Big 12 were to back out. I think those two conferences right now are I think they're going to ride together. I think the ACC and the SEC are going to ride together. I think that the Pac-12 and the Big 10 showed that they were going to ride together, and now those other three sort of dug their heels in and they're not going anywhere. I mean, I don't know the money figures, but from my understanding, I did see something. I don't know if you've got to. Somebody asked about Knoxville Grace. They won 34-14 over Stone Memorial. But did you hear where the city of Knoxville will lose over $40 million in tax money?
I heard that.
If we do not have
$40 million, and University of Tennessee could lose 120.
So, I mean, take the city out of it and look at the university. They need football.
Well, just think at the money. Let's just say if Tennessee's got 100 and some thousand there, just think at the money they'll lose just off concession stand. Okay, there's been coaches fired for not selling enough popcorn and Cokes. Okay, now seriously. So that's happening in basketball. Buzz Peterson didn't win enough to sell that, and it got him eventually. So
let's take it a little deeper. What if you right now know that you got a game starting on September 26th? Are you going to tell your football team to do all online classes, or are you going to tell them to go, or do you expect them to be in class?
Well, I think that's not really left up to them. It's left up to what their professor's doing, because I've heard Ron Meredith say that his wife is doing all virtual. So if you've got her class for something, and I think she teaches English, then you would do her class online. So I understand there's some in-person classes, and there's some that are that they're both, so you can do both. So I don't know.
What if you had both? What would you tell your kids?
If you had both, well, I'll probably tell my kids to do the virtual. But then you got to worry about them getting up to actually do the virtual. If they've got to go to class and they've got to get up, virtual might just give you a little leeway to lay in the bed and not do it. So
I've heard that locally in school systems across, Tennessee, that kids have been discouraged to not come to school while they're in season, to do virtual.
To do virtual?
To stay away from
most
people.
places that in school, and I can't speak for everybody, if you start virtual, you sort of got to finish virtual.
See, that's for a semester, right?
That's for a semester.
County. I don't know what Anderson County's doing.
I don't know what AC's doing either. That's a semester. Once you start, I think in the city schools in Clinton, you had a 2-week period that you could pull out, and once you're past that 2-week grace period, then you're in it for that semester.
That was City of Clinton.
That's City of Clinton.
Being a 9-week semester or a.
That's a good question. I don't really know. I don't remember. I don't remember what it is. So.
See, because you think it almost.
I don't know how you could bounce back before. Say I'm gonna be virtual this week, and I decide, well, next week I don't want to go.
Yeah.
So.
Sort of got to make that commitment for either 9 weeks or the
I
half
think
a
there's
year.
some school systems, and I don't remember if this is a state of Tennessee school or if it's somebody else. They said if you're playing sports, you must attend brick and mortar school. You cannot do if you're not able to do school and you have to do virtual, you're not able to play football.
I ran into a couple of golfers.
Well, let's ask a question. Let's just say you have to take your whole school system and put it virtual. If you have to do that, how do you have? I'm wondering how they're doing it anyway right now. Anyway, how do you have football if it's all virtual?
I don't know.
Because I guarantee you tonight, from what I've seen in different videos, a lot of people didn't wear a mask tonight. A lot of people didn't social distance tonight. There's people can say what they want. I've seen it. I saw it. So.
I don't know.
And I know that's everybody's preference. But
and then
I thought that was the rule tonight. That's what I seen posted for Anderson County tonight. That was supposed to be the rule. I seen a lot of people on TV that didn't have them on.
Then I've heard there's some school systems in East or West Tennessee that if you go virtual, you have to go to this virtual, you would be counted in a virtual school number, and you're not even counted in the high school that you were enrolled in before.
Well, no, you're still getting BEP money for those kids, so they're going to be counted on your roll.
See, and I don't think they were.
What virtual does is just to keep them from being homeschooled. So if they're virtual, the school's still getting money they're getting BEP money. So to get BEP money, you got to be on the roll.
Okay.
But I noticed, I'm not just calling AC yet, I'll call Halls out. The game in Halls last night, same thing. There was not very many people that had were not very many people who were social distance. Their student section was
like they said Oneida tonight. They said everybody was slammed in there.
They said everybody was slammed in there.
Yeah.
So, to me, I think we opened the show up by saying that if you don't do that, if that's not done, then what's the next week's bring with football? Could having a game tonight with thousands of fans in the seats packed side by side and nobody did what they were supposed to do, could that put a jeopardy to high school football? And you have to say the answer is it's possible. Yeah. It's a real good possibility.
I don't see any other way. Yeah.
So, I don't know. So it'll be interesting to see. I think we said we'll see if they make it past the holiday coming up here. We'll be lucky if, I've heard people say 3 weeks will be about it. So you got some schools that's not even been able to start. Look at Bearden, look at Carnes. Who's next?
Yeah.
Who's next? That's all you can say. Who's next? And you just sit back and wait for the dime to drop and to see who's next. Well, we got a couple lines here. Let's get them. Quick, caller, you on the air?
Hey, David. Who all's playing this week?
I can't hear nothing now. Who? Do what?
Who all's playing this week?
Halls played Gibbs. They lost to Gibbs.
No, I'm saying this week.
Oh, next week.
Yeah.
Who does Halls play next week? I don't have any idea. That's the team I don't really keep up with, so it's not an Anderson County team for sure. So I don't really know. Why you ask that question for?
My friend plays at Halls.
Oh, your friend plays at Halls? Okay.
Yeah.
We'll see if we can find out, and we'll let you know, okay?
Bye.
All right, see you, bud. Go ahead, caller, you on the air.
Hey, Toxie.
Yes, sir.
What's going on? Is that Osama bin Queener I'm seeing on the screen? That's a beard and a half. I love it. How's it going?
Good, man.
Hey, Rockwood and Midway was the game to be at tonight in Roane County for both sides. It was a great game.
Yeah, that's what it sounded that way anyway.
Goes into overtime. These kids having scrimmage, or anything. 36-35 Rockwood. Landon Watts comes off the bench for Rockwood as a sophomore, probably his first time in a big-time game at quarterback, and just does a great job. And Rockwood ekes out the win. But two solid programs with Coach Webb and Coach Treadway, and that was small-town football tonight. It was a great game.
Was the crowd good? Tell us about getting into the stadium. Was there temperature checks? Everybody wearing masks? What was the experience like tonight as a fan? I mean, I know you're a big-time Roane County guy. They might roll up the red carpet for you, but what was the common fan like?
Well, I don't get the Jonathan Cox treatment in Roane County, but it's pretty close sometimes. So there were temperature checks coming into the game. Everybody had to have a mask on. A lot of people had them on during the game. Some people, off and on during the games. But I noticed that more on the Midway side, they were really, really spread out. You saw more people spread out on the fence and spread out on the sidewalk. The bleachers weren't packed. It looked more spread out. But it was a solid crowd. Rockwood doesn't travel with their band. That's the thing in Roane County. I don't think your band doesn't travel. They play at home.
I think that's TWA wide, isn't it? No away bands.
Is that statewide?
Yes, I think so.
No shaking hands after the game. Just some small things, but it was football like it was last year. It was still a great atmosphere.
You know what's funny about that? You bring that up about no shaking hands after the game or no anything like that. I've got a 6-year-old who played baseball this summer, and you tip your cap. And after about 3 or 4 games, he finally smart enough to say, "How come we can play with the same ball, but we can't give each other a fist bump?"
I know.
I said, "Man, you're
silly." You're watching Halls and Gibbs last night, and it's like when you go to the sideline, take your helmet off and put your mask on. But when you go back into the game, just roll over everybody and tackle them and everything else.
Hey, what about, and this is something that Coach Black actually called me 2-3 nights ago, or I called him and he called me back 2-3 nights ago, because Tate usually does the water. Did you notice how water was going tonight? I had heard that each player will have an individual water bottle that they will drink out of, that they open up fresh out of a cap. They will throw that away, and the next time over they will open a new water bottle.
You see how?
I heard that. I didn't.
I'm asking.
I thought one of our trainers, Chris Robinson, he said that some schools are doing that. Tonight we had, surely to goodness, they were brand new, weed sprayers full of ice cold water.
Yep.
And, you can keep your distance and shoot them, and people can get water, but you can nitpick anything. But that's how we did it tonight.
That's how Halls did it last night.
So they sprayed them down, but how do you get hydrated in your mouth? What were they? I'm confused. You just open up and hope you get a little bit.
Yeah, kind of like how you used to squirt the water bottle through the face mask. It's like that, but you've got that little, the extended pole on it a little bit, so you can keep a little bit of distance. But
that's true.
You can.
I watched him do it last night at Halls. That's what I was going to say to him when he said it. He took the words right out of my mouth.
That's why weed sprayers are out of stock everywhere. I've been trying to find something to put some disinfectant in. I don't know why everybody's using them for water coolers.
Water coolers. They sure are.
Line up, girls.
Line up. Let's go.
So,
wow.
But no,
I've heard it all.
Pulled out a win tonight. Kingston beats Harriman. Oliver Springs loses to Oneida. Close game there from Oliver. I don't know if it was at home or not, but I think it was at Oliver Springs, and I think Oneida maybe scored late in the game and won 14-8, 14-6.
So now, tell me, I usually get this messed up, so I'm going to let you tell us. Who does Kingston play next week in county?
Man.
Is that Rockwood?
No, Rockwood is having senior night next Friday against Sweetwater.
Senior night?
And senior night, I mean, I think a lot of schools are looking to do that. Go ahead and get it out of the way in case in case the season gets shut down week 4.
Huh.
So Rockwood will be having their senior night next Friday night. And to be honest, I don't know who Kingston's playing. That's my fault for not knowing that.
Brad, do you know who Kingston plays? Okay. I know. I thought those games were usually in-county rivalries to start, which I think is really neat. I wish Oak Ridge and Anderson County and Clinton would find a way to get together. I guess Clinton's and Oak Ridge are more region now, but I think it'd be cool if all those teams could play each other in county.
They played that way for a few years ago for just a little bit.
How did Anderson County and Clinton go tonight?
Queener had to answer that. I didn't see it play.
41-6, Anderson County.
What a shocker.
Yep.
And from my understanding, Anderson County must have respectfully called the dogs off because I think it was 27-0 in the first quarter.
It was.
Dang.
Kingston's at OS
Kingston
next
OS,
week.
that's right.
Or not at OS,
Kingston
Kingston
started,
OS.
Yeah, they started 0-2 a couple of years ago, didn't they, after that game?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
See, I told you I'd screw it
up. What is SEC football looking like this year, guys? With all this conference games, the players basically get a free year to play. How does that impact recruiting and incoming freshmen? And it's crazy.
It is crazy. I agree with you. From what I can hear you say.
Hopefully they'll kick it off on September 26th.
Did you reserve a ticket, Coxie?
Everyone they'll give me. Value of it's too good not to sell it and sit at my house.
That's true.
It's called investing. My brother's losing my money, so I figure I better try to make it somehow.
Hey, if you ever need somebody to run down Cumberland trying to sell it, I'm your guy. So.
No.
All right, man. We appreciate your call, man.
Hey, y'all do a great show. Keep it up. See you.
Thank you, buddy.
We'll move on to the next caller here. Go ahead, caller. You're on the air. Hello. And
Hayes figured he's on there. He went to sleep.
You on there, caller?
Hello?
Hello.
Yeah.
Go ahead, caller.
Go ahead, caller.
Yeah, I've been watching you. Hey, Cleaner and Coffee, this is John Miller.
Hey, John.
How you doing, buddy?
Hey, I watched y'all's show all night tonight, and the very beginning y'all were talking about, people not wearing masks and the crowds. And I just wonder, I think, David, you made the statement that college football was sort of going on information they had got from NASCAR as far as spacing and seating and things like that.
Yes.
And I just wonder how much college football is going to be watching high school football, because it's the same, it's the same petri dish.
Oh, John, that's a good question.
Because, you got high school, and I watched last night, and you all watched, and you all know that, some people are pretty passive about wearing these masks, but, as much as we die-hard sports fans, we want football. I didn't go, but I ain't blaming nobody, but we could be the ones that cause us not to be able to watch college football.
Exactly right. Why I said what I said about NASCAR earlier was Philip Former said that's the model that they're working off of, is how they done it at Bristol. So that's where I got the NASCAR thing. I heard him say it at a press conference with the governor this past week. So that's where I got it at. So.
Well, I saw something, or I think I read it, maybe heard you and Ron talking about it, where I think I read it where I think at the NASCAR race, I think it was, one of the last ones that had fans, that they didn't have many people reporting the virus.
That's correct. You're correct. That after that, there was not, all the stuff that came back was really good. There wasn't any cases out of that, but they done it really different and really strict. There were certain times you could go in, you couldn't bring anything in from the outside. You had to wear a mask. Sometimes you take the mask off if you were drinking or eating. When you stepped foot on their property, you had a mask on, or you did not get in.
I guess it all boils down to, You know, if you don't, we don't know about this virus. We're still learning, so we've got a 2-week window to see if tonight's game will accelerate the virus in high schools. I mean, that's just a fact. We don't know yet.
The comment we made earlier, that's what we're saying. If you didn't wear a mask tonight, did you jeopardize high school football season for the rest of the year?
And a percentage you could be jeopardizing watching college football live, because they're going to have to look at some data.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm not a conspiracy guy, but sometimes I am. But, you know, every ticket that was sold online. Are they going to contract trace like that? The technology is out there. I mean,
it's a good question, John.
College football, y'all know it is serious business.
Oh yeah, it's serious. A serious money business too. So,
did you all see the high school athletic director tonight that stopped the game in the first quarter and said, "Here's the deal. We've asked you to wear a mask. We've asked you to sit 6 feet apart. Since you're not wanting to abide by those rules, this game will be postponed until that happens."
Yeah. That'd be great.
Was there anybody that you're saying was there somebody?
There was an athletic director that did that tonight.
There should have been a lot of athletic directors do that.
Oh, somebody did that tonight?
They did that tonight. And I'm trying to find. I've lost John, but I'm trying to find the name of the school and the location. But yes, it was retweeted tonight.
Okay, I got one more scenario here, and I'll hang up. But okay, just say that we get through the season.
Yeah.
8 or 10 games. And we'll just say that Powell has an 8-0, 9-0 record, and they play that 9th game, and they're in the playoffs, no doubt, and bam, they get contaminated with the virus.
I'd say they're out, John.
I know. I'm just saying it's going to be a tough if we get that far, guys.
And that would be a sad situation.
I know. Hey, I appreciate your show. I'll hang up, guys.
See you, John.
All right. Bye-bye.
Thanks, buddy. And that's really some good questions that he asked. It's something that I'd not even thought of. So
I don't, that's.
Who was it? Did you find an athletic director?
I will. That's the tough part. Is when you actually get down to it and someone has to, basically withdraw from the playoffs because of a COVID case.
So what would happen? Let's just say TSSAA tonight looks at across the state. And I got a text from somebody. I don't have a clue who it is. Text me, said, "I've said all along that once the season starts, thoughts that the corona will go out the window. At Oliver Springs, my guess is that less than 5% of the fans wore a mask. It will not get any better in my estimation." I don't have any idea who sent me that. If you don't believe me, I don't know who the number. I don't even know the number. I don't even know who it is from the number. So I have no idea. But, what if TSSAA comes along and says, after we've watched videos and films, because now you said something a while ago that said that a visiting band was not supposed to go tonight. I watched Clinton's band at halftime in Anderson County.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I thought that was a no-no, but I watched the band. I watched Clinton's band. So I don't know. Is it county by county, or is it a TSSAA rule, or is it? Like I said, is it a county by county thing?
And you might be right.
I don't know who it is. What it is.
American Fork High School was the name of the high school that this went down. That the AD went down in tonight and said that.
Well, that took some guts.
Yeah, it did, but.
Well, no, I shouldn't say it. Yeah, it took some guts, but that's somebody that wants to finish the season.
Yeah.
That wants to have a season. So if you want to have a season, listen, either we're going to have rules or we're not going to have rules. And if you're going to say this is what we're going to do, come on, let's do it. If we're not, don't do it. Don't have no rules. Just let it go wide open and see what happens and take a chance. I'll leave it at that. I won't say no more about it.
But
because I don't know that we're going to finish the year anyway. So
going back to that guidelines, I know for sure that Knox County put into place that visiting bands would not travel. I probably shouldn't have said TSSAA because I can't remember, but I know for sure I read on the KCS thing they put out that it was no no bands.
Yeah.
So it's probably a
It
county
could be
by
a county by
county.
county thing. So
Yeah.
I don't know. So
And the
I had heard.
cheerleaders.
I was told it was a TSSAA thing. I don't know if that's true or not.
But
So.
see, TSSAA really couldn't come out and do rules, and couldn't come out and do
Well, didn't they-
consequences.
let me ask you a
It was
question.
just all recommendations.
I thought the rule was they didn't about the fans only having so many fans, only allowing so many tickets.
A third of capacity.
Only allowing
or something like that.
okay.
Is that what it was? A third of capacity?
Yeah. So how did that happen tonight?
Well, I mean, I'm sure Anderson County sold 2,000 tickets, so their capacity would be more like 6,000 people.
Are they counting everybody that stands on the fence and everything?
I don't know. They sold 2,000 tickets.
Is that for home and visitors?
That was to both schools, from my understanding. Yeah. And I mean, so much, it comes through different things, but I think that I read that Anderson County, so I even I called Ben Downs about it to ask him. They're selling their tickets, and he said a guy, contacted the school, and they're using like an app or an online service.
They're online service, yeah.
And, instead of the money coming out of the ticket sale, if you go buy a $7 ticket, then you pay $7.30 for that ticket. So the good thing is they're not taking the money away from the school, just the consumers. Yeah, he's paying for it.
Well, same thing I told you earlier. I heard if you get a Tennessee ticket, you'll pay $35 to get it printed. So I don't know if that's true or not.
Who knows?
Good caller, you on the air. Good caller, you on the air.
Yes, I was calling in about the Clinton band at Anderson County High School.
Yes.
They got a waiver because it was for the Battle of the Bridge.
They got a what?
A waiver. They waivered the visiting brand to where they could go to Anderson County High School.
Okay, all right. That's what we're trying to.
So did you say Clinton band got to go to Anderson County tonight and they got a waiver approved for it?
Approved for it. That's what he said. All right, thank you.
Hey, caller. Caller.
I think you hung up for it.
Man, I'd love to know if he had someone in the band. Because, how do you get those kids there? You got to bus them.
That's a good question. I assume they bused. Their parents took them, maybe. Being that close, parents could have took.
Yeah. Maybe so.
I don't know if they've got I don't know how Anderson County, I don't know how these, I don't fool with buses where I'm on the school board at, so I don't have to worry about that. I don't know how the county's busing kids if they're packed or if, I don't know how it's going, so I don't know anything about it, so.
Yeah, that's what I just got. Clinton got an exception of those rules and guidelines are set locally. TSSAA passes on the liability. So, yeah, but,
Well, I got an email today talking about face masks. I got an email today. There's a school in Middle Tennessee that's already had a lawsuit filed against them over the face covering. So I'm sure that's more to come and everything else. So we'll see. I tell you what, let's jump out and take our final break of the night, and we'll give you one last opportunity to talk to us. 483-8112. Give us a call when we come right back from our break, or we're going to talk. We were talking just a little bit of college football. We'll finish that up, and we'll end the first night here, and we'll get out of here. We'll be right back in just a minute.
I gotta go shower.
It's laundry night.
Dishwasher needs to run.
And the hot water wars. A Renai tankless water heater gives you an endless supply of hot water for everything you need to do. Renai, hot water for all.
Breaker, breaker, good buddy. We've just rolled in from Georgia with a truckload of throw rugs.
That was back in my truck driving days, many years ago. Rugs are still rolling in from Georgia every month, featuring Oriental and contemporary area rugs, carpet-style throw rugs, and much more. All rugs are sold at the lowest prices possible. Find your rug at Hammer Stores.
I am a Simplicity dealer. This business is my life, my career. If you need a new mower, I'll help you choose the model that will make your property look its very best, and even let you take a test drive. When it does need service, you can rely on my factory service training and genuine parts. Because I don't just sell products, I build relationships. I am a Simplicity dealer.
SL Bowman & Sons, 524 North Front Street in Rockwood.
Evans Mortuary has been serving the needs of families in and around Roane County since 1976. As established members of our hometown community, we understand the security of dealing with people you know you can trust. We build our reputation on this trust. The Evans family appreciates the confidence the community has expressed in us over the years and will constantly strive to earn that favor. Evans Mortuary, 805 North Gateway.
Welcome back to the 5-Star Prep Friday Night Scoreboard. We've enjoyed it tonight. Like I said, we're going to give you a minute or two to call in if you want to call. But, Cox, the SEC is going to play an all-SEC schedule. I was talking to my good friend Ron Berry yesterday, and we was talking about the season. And he said, what do you think? And I said, well, I've not really sat down and looked at it, but I just think right off the top of my head, I'll say Tennessee's 5-5 or 6-4. I don't really know. I'll say 5-5 or 6-4. That's really close either way. Bounces the ball, it could be either one. He said I was thinking 6-4. So what do you? What do you think?
Yeah, I actually was looking over that the other day. I think if they win 5 SEC football games, that would be really good. Who knows with that first one? That South Carolina, if they win that one, they probably get to 6. But if you just look at the schedule, I think you can get to 5.
Yeah.
You got Kentucky, Vandy, Missouri. There's 3.
Vandy, Missouri. So you still got Florida, Auburn, Texas A&M, Georgia,
South Carolina.
South Carolina.
Did you say Auburn?
Auburn. It's Auburn. It's Georgia.
Alabama.
Alabama, Georgia, Florida, Auburn, Texas A&M. That's 5. So who's the other 2 that we're still missing 2? Which you said it's
Missouri,
South Carolina,
Vandy, Kentucky.
Missouri, Vandy, Kentucky. We're missing somebody. I don't know who it is.
Wish it was Arkansas.
Might be. Yeah.
Can we play Arkansas?
Well, it might be. I'm not for sure. Get this last call.
Go ahead and take that call.
We'll take that call and we'll see what they're saying here. Go ahead, caller. You on the air? Whoop, didn't get it. Go ahead, caller. Well, the phone's not letting me get it. Go ahead, caller. Go ahead. Well. Go ahead, caller. You on the air? Oh, no, we don't have that. I've not seen. Yeah, I guess you did. I've not seen it. But anyway,
Farragut just won 25-21 over Bradley.
Okay, Farragut wins 25-21 over Bradley.
So let's go over the schedule. Tennessee plays South Carolina.
Right.
Missouri.
Right.
Georgia.
Right.
Kentucky.
Right.
Alabama. Arkansas. Texas A&M.
Yep.
Auburn.
Yep.
Vandy. Florida.
Right.
So if you think they win Vanderbilt, Arkansas, Kentucky, Missouri, that's 4 you should win.
And South Carolina. I think they beat South
And
Carolina.
hopefully somebody along the way you maybe win 5.
Win the
Maybe
fifth.
6.
So if the ball bounces your way, everybody thinks Tennessee playing Florida the last game of the year, because traditionally Tennessee plays better at the end of the year.
Yeah.
Could they have a chance of beating Florida? That's the toss.
And that might get you 6.
That might get you to 6. That's how I'm looking at it right there.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Who's the quarterback going to be?
What's his name? The
Is
guy
it
that quarterback.
JG?
No, it'd be.
Or the Bailey kid? Harrison Bailey?
No, it's going to be. What's his name?
Garantano?
Yeah, Garantano.
Okay.
Yeah, I think he's a quarterback till somebody beats him out, or till he goes in and throws 3 interceptions or does something stupid. Then they put him over, let him calm down, he gets his nerves, and then they put him back on and he wins the game for him. That's what they did last year, so why would they do any different? Huh? Hey, we've enjoyed the first night back, and we'll be back next week at 10 o'clock. And hopefully it won't be as crazy as it is tonight as far as the weather. Cox, I've enjoyed it tonight. It'll be interesting to see how the week plays out with these schools that played this week. And I guess what will be interesting to see on Monday is what team says they've got to cancel for 2 weeks. I hope it's 0, okay, folks? I really do. I'm hoping it's 0. So, you got any parting comments?
There's going to be somebody it happens to. I just encourage you to do what the recommendations
Well, I would
are.
say this. If you want to have high school football and you're a fan, wear a mask. If you don't want to wear a mask, I suggest you stay home, watch a game on Channel 12, watch it on 95, listen to it on Oak Ridge radio station or their TV station, listen to it on WYSH. Find some way to listen to it other than that so you don't jeopardize a family member or someone that goes home where there's a football player that gives it to them and passes it on to them. That's how you shut a program down, folks.
Yeah.
That's exactly how a program's going to get shut down. And if you're if you don't want to do none of that, then high school football might not go long. So I would just ask everybody, just do what you're asked to do. It's not that much. It's aggravating for everybody, but just do it. And maybe we can get this thing over with and get it out of here. So I want to see high school football and college football. So we at least got to see one round of games.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
We'll see what happens. We'll see you back here next Friday night on the 5-Star Prep Friday Night Scoreboard. So long.
Evans Mortuary has been serving the needs of families in and around Roane County since 1976. As established members of our hometown community, we understand the security of dealing with people you know you can trust. We build our reputation on this trust. The Evans family appreciates the confidence the community has expressed in us over the years and will constantly strive to earn that favor. Evans Mortuary, 805 North Gateway.
1952. That's the year Hammers opened the first store in East Tennessee. Now there are 5 stores and there's always something new. Like in Hammers' popular ladies boutique department, you'll find the lowest price possible on new arrivals every week. Find similar deals in the men's department and the expanded rug department. Plus, special purchases always offer surprise savings. You never know what you'll find next at Hammers.
I gotta go shower.
It's laundry night.
Dishwasher needs to run.
And the hot water wars. A Renai tankless water heater gives you an endless supply of hot water for everything you need to do. Renai, hot water for all.
Make this spring all about enjoying the experience. When you ride on your new Ferris commercial mower featuring patented suspension technology, you'll have more than freshly manicured grass. You'll experience productivity and comfort like never before. And because you won't be slowing down for those rough spots, you'll mow more lawn in less time. Ferris, experience suspension.
Your local Ferris dealer is SL Bowman & Sons, 524 North Front Street in Rockwood. Call 865-354-0600.
Welcome into tonight's matchup on the BBB TV Channel 12 Game of the Week, brought to you by OEB Law. It's finally time for high school football, and nobody really knew if we'd be able to play this season on time or even at all, but here we are at week one, ready to give it a go. We certainly hope you and your family have been well through these nutty times. OEB Law, again, the title sponsor of tonight's game at Wallace Black Stadium. OEB is an East Tennessee-based law firm with a national practice. OEB Law is led by Timothy G. Elrod. Tim Elrod is from and still calls Anderson County his home. OEB's practiced in state, federal, and city courts. At OEB, their clients like family and are proud to have earned a reputation as East Tennessee's premier personal injury law office, and that's why they've been voted Best of Knoxville for the past 3 years. I'm Aaron Harvey. I'm riding solo tonight. I'll have more information on that in just a moment. Everyone, preseason scrimmaging canceled for all teams in the state of Tennessee. So what should you, the fan, expect to see tonight? Well, I talked to my usual partner in crime, Coach James Gibson, about that, and here's what he had to say. He's spoken to several area coaches, and when you ask them how their team is looking this year, the consensus answer is, I don't know. So, and that's due to no live competition against an opponent, so as a coach, you really don't know what you have until the last minute, and that's frustrating. And he expects to see a lot of nerves early on and mistakes until they settle in during the second half. And especially in a game tonight between Kingston and Harriman, it's a rivalry game. It's a non-region game. And, folks, it's football. We're going to have some pregame coverage for you when we get back. This is the OEB Law Game of the Week on Channel 12.
Football is back. And OEB Law is excited for a season full of big hits, perfect plays, and those nail-biting near misses. If you've been injured, OEB Law will come to your defense and tackle any obstacles blocking you from scoring the full and fair settlement. Call OEB Law 865-546-1111 and turn your wreck into a check.
Evans Mortuary has been serving the needs of families in and around Roane County since 1976. As established members of our hometown community, we understand the security of dealing with people